Jamaica recorded 195 new cases of COVID-19 yesterday, bringing the total number of confirmed cases to 15,973, and the death of a 75-year-old man from St. Anne brings the country's death toll from the virus to 353. The police will be implementing a quick response, quick reaction team to address incidents of shootings and murders in sections of Kingston and St. Andrew.
We have within the next few weeks a whole rollout of a quick response and quick reaction team that can respond across all of that belt.
Police say they are aware of the identities of persons who were piloting the aircraft that crash-landed in Rocky Point, Clarendon, more than a week ago.
It wasn't destined for Jamaica. We do know that it's a Mexican registration plane. It's suspicious. We actually know who were flying it.
And the Victim Services Divisions expands reach with new locations. Good evening. Jamaica recorded 195 new cases of COVID-19 yesterday, bringing the total number of confirmed cases on the island to 15,973. According to the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the death of a 75-year-old man from St. Anne brings the country's death toll to 353. Of the 195 new cases, there were 81 males and 112 females, with ages ranging from 4 months to 96 years. The genders of 2 of the cases are still under investigation. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew 47, Manchester 37, St. Catherine 32, Clarendon 18, St. James 14, St. Elizabeth 9, Trelawney 8, Hanover, St. Mary and St. Thomas 7 each, St. Anne 5, and Westmoreland 4. The country also recorded 40 recoveries, bringing the total number of recoveries to 12,108. In a news update, police say they are aware of the identities of persons who were piloting the aircraft that crash-landed in Rocky Point, Clarendon, more than a week ago. Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson, who was speaking at a Jamaica Constabulary Force virtual press conference yesterday, pointed out that this is part of a transnational set of investigations that are taking place.
We've had discussions with also with our overseas partners and law enforcement that operate in the region about this plane. It wasn't destined for Jamaica. We do know that it's a Mexican registration plane, that the pilots on board, as far as we know, and as it's been reported to us, there was no real cargo on board. It has a profile that, is suspicious, and we are following up. We actually know who were flying it, and this is part of a transnational set of investigations that are taking place. I don't want to go into too much more detail about it, but the plane itself, it just crashed. It wasn't actually, as far as we're aware, carrying any particular goods.
In other news, the case of the Seaview Gardens man charged with the murder of his 8-year-old stepson, Galen Buchanan, is to be transferred to the Home Circuit Court for trial. The matter is set for mention in the Circuit Court come November 1. The date was agreed when the 41-year-old accused, Ochest Rose, appeared in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court in Halfway Tree yesterday. He was remanded into custody. The accused, who also goes by the names Philip Williams, Philip Rose, and Rochester Rose, is accused of killing Galen, whose body was found in the harbor of Bournemouth Gardens in East Kingston on Thursday, January 23, 2019. Residents found Galen's body with the hands bound after he went missing on January 21, 2019. The accused was held a few days later in Trelawney. With a flare-up of criminal activities in sections of Kingston and St. Andrew resulting in incidents of shootings and murders, the police will be implementing a quick response, quick reaction team to address the bloodletting. Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson said the team will be rolled out in the coming weeks and will first respond to gang activities in Kingston.
We have seen a number of killings through these gang activities in the lower Kingston and St. Andrew belt. And what we have seen is again the fluidity across police divisions in lower Kingston, where disputes in one division play out in the other. The borders that we have set as our traditional policing borders create static lines, of which of course criminals don't recognize, and they fluidly move back and forth. And in that regard, we have implemented a number of strategies to deal with that fluidity across the lower belt. We have and increase our agility. We have within the next few weeks a whole rollout of a quick response and quick reaction team that can respond across all of that belt. They will be trained in the tactical use and are being trained in the tactical use of motorcycles and their weapons to respond quickly to gang activities and other threats to the lower part of Kingston. We're continuing that process, and it's going to expand up into the northern part of Kingston and St. Andrew.
But in relation to Kingston, the police commissioner pointed out that restructuring was now ongoing to create what he described as a more fluid citywide policing strategy.
To carry out our policing operations, we will see flares, and every now and again things will happen, as happened in the case of the homeless people. These things will happen. We'll get those flares, and we respond to them very quickly to ensure that when it happens, it doesn't continue to happen. And also to get people in custody. We have one person in custody in relation to that. Early days yet, but we're progressing that case as well. I think it's important that the public be aware generally, without going into too much specifics on the details of strategy, but to assure the public or reassure the public that we have the mechanisms in place, we have intelligence, we are being more and more responsive and following up on these cases to conclusion much more rapidly.
Major General Anderson pointed out that these strategies will be aimed at creating an environment of greater safety.
So we're reducing the space with the tools available to us, and we're creating new tools to stop the gang violence and bloodletting on one sense, but to create an environment of greater safety, whether it's on our roads or in our commercial areas, and over the next, certainly over this year, we're focusing on more public safety, public order, whilst at the same time targeting those gang members and criminals who are bent on murder and murdering each other and the families and associates of other gang members.
Meanwhile, Major General Anthony Anderson credited the force's detectives and largely advancement in technology for their quick response in most cases that yield a quick arrest, like that of 51-year-old Andrea Lowe Garwood that was shot and killed on Sunday while worshipping at church in Falmouth, Trelawney.
Most of these cases that we have dealt with this quickly is because of a combination of technologies, which are those cameras, various cameras, not just those, but closed circuit TV, Jamaica and all of that, plus the intelligence technology that is available to us, plus our ballistics and DNA that is work that is available to us, and and also old-fashioned stick-to-itivity and detective work that our detectives have been doing for a while and still do. And I think probably most importantly, or more importantly, is also the assistance we get from the public in these cases, who support us with giving us information on what we do. But we have a whole technology program rolling out. We have 30 major technology projects. They have been delayed a little bit, but a lot of them will be coming on stream this year, including our station record management system, our case management system, the ability to connect what we do across the country. So as the criminals are fluid, so are we in our communications and in our ability to do surveillance.
The police commissioner further pointed out that the police force is also focusing on capacity building that will bring about better results.
We are building capacity within the force, and that capacity will get better and better results. Capacity isn't built overnight, but people can rest assured that we have a clear program of development, a clear program of capacity building, and this capacity is building and transforming the JCF into a police force that we can be very proud of, not just in Jamaica, but internationally, and we will see that play out, and we're seeing some of the results of that capacity. It's a work in progress.
2 men were arrested and charged by the Clarendon Major Investigation Division following the murders of 36-year-old Reverend Father Larrius Lewis of Chapelton, Clarendon, which was committed in Chapelton District in the parish on September 23 last year. Charged are 22-year-old Lloyd Thompson, otherwise called Dan J., and 20-year-old Tafari Wilson, both of Roxborough District in Clarendon. Reports are that at about 4:30 p.m., both accused and Lewis got in an argument when a piece of furniture was used to strike him over the head. They then stole 1 desktop computer, 1 tablet, 1 Samsung A10 smartphone from the house, and a 2018 Hyundai Creta motor car. An investigation was launched, which subsequently led to the arrest of both suspects on January 22. Their court dates are not yet finalized. In other news, a woman is scheduled to appear before the court on Thursday, February 4, to answer to the charges of concealment of birth following an incident at Belfield District in St. Mary on January 26. Charged is 27-year-old Renisha Smith of Lewis Store in the parish. Reports from the Highgate Police are that at about 5:10 p.m., the body of the newborn baby, which is a boy, and that is believed to be that of Smith, was found in a river in the area. The police were summoned and the body fished from the water. It was taken to the morgue pending a post-mortem. An investigation was launched and Smith was subsequently arrested on January 29 and charged on February 1. And those are some of the stories making news. We will return with more stories, including with the Ministry of Justice's Victim Services Division's VSD expanding its reach, and Minister of Science, Energy and Technology Daryl Vaz announcing plans to have at least 3 Wi-Fi hotspots in each constituency across the island. But first, we will take a break and then join Christopher Scott with sports.